Welcome, it's Kimberly Sherry, International Energy Healer, coming to you from Mount Shasta. I'm spending the week up here with the Stargate, which is a device that helps to access higher dimensions, and it's a portal, interdimensional portal, doorway helping us to access different entities and basically raising our vibrations and accessing more information that we wouldn't be able to otherwise. And so I wanted to share something that came to me last night around the campfire that was, I thought, a really nice aha and a kind of a interesting thing. And most people are, or maybe they're not aware, but I'll make you more aware of a certain mentality that's called the herd mentality. And so what that has to do with is, at what point does the herd, like so you have a whole herd of antelope, and that at some point they all decide in unison that it's time to go get water. And so at what point does the whole herd decide that, where they're all of a sudden now they're going to get their water? And so what that has to do with is when that crosses over into 51%, then the whole herd starts moving in that direction until they gain enough momentum, and then they're off to go get water. So what this has to do with what I discovered last night is I was around the campfire with a woman that was curious about how much, to what degree is the planet awakening, and are they awake? So since I have a gift of measuring things, I decided to measure it. And what I came up with was 43% are awakening or are awake. And so when, first I wanted to see what measurement are we measuring this against? What kind of awakening? What is the definition of awake? And so I'm thinking of, like Jesus and Buddha, that was a certain kind of awakening. But there's also, I think, another kind of awakening that this applies to. And that has to do with how many people are waking up to the game that's being played with this 1% of the wealthiest families on the planet who are controlling everything. That 1% who controls the governments, who controls the IRS and the DEA and the FDA and all of those entities that are really just, they're hiding behind controlling the planet. So once we start waking up to that whole game that's being played, this is what I believe is the awakening. And so when we have 43%, that's a huge amount, in my opinion. And I think that it's pretty clear that we can start to we're feeling that energy starting to build and build. And this is why so much of the structures that are in place by this 1% are starting to crumble, and more darkness is being revealed as the light gets brighter and brighter. So this is the inspiration I wanted to bring to you today, is how, what part are you playing in your awakening? What part are you playing in waking up to the game that's being played? And what part are you having in bringing a contribution towards more awakening, a contribution to the planet, to making this a better place? And how are you showing up in the world so that we can all create this momentum, this 51% that can start creating the momentum that we all desire, which has to do with making this a better place, a more cohesive place that's more heart-centered and that's supportive to each other, that's taking care of the environment, that's taking care of the planet, it's taking care of each other. So that's what I wanted to share today. I came down from the hill. There's no service up at the camp, so I did want to come down today. Normally I share my inspiration at 11:11, but we'll be in session. But I did want to come down and chat with everybody for a minute and share what was revealed to me. So think about how you're contributing to your awakening and to that of the planet. And I hope you have a blessed weekend. And I will see you all next Friday at 11:11 when I share my next inspiration. So keep asking my favorite question, how does it get any better than this? And then stay in that blissful question of, I wonder. Blessings. Namaste.